guys, Steph with Supreme CCU here. Got another treat for you, as you can see. We got some cards in front of us right now, and it's usually not my regular videos. And why could that be? Because guess who I have sitting right next to me? I have Ray sitting right next to me.
Man, the myth, the legend.
And we are going to be going through some magic stronghold sets today. So I'm going to hand it over to him and have a great time.
Sup, nerds? I can say that because I'm one too. So I'm just going to jump right into it because we got a lot of cards. And if you want to know how I got these, I've said it several times in older videos, so you can just go look at those.
Even though he doesn't mind repeating himself.
I don't, but that's not the point. So, like the older videos, I've already sold some of these. That's why they're like this. So you're not going to see a lot of near mint cards or a lot less lightly played cards than I had. So anyway, we got Constant Mist, Grovax the Cursed, Primal Rage, 2 of those, 2 Tortured Existence, and 2 Wall of Tears. And that is it for the near mint cards.
Now, what year is Stronghold from?
It's March of '98.
Okay. It's a year before I graduated high school.
That's like 2 months before I graduated.
Old.
Right. All right, here's all of our lightly played cards. All right, we got Bottomless Pit. We got a bunch of those. We got Constant Mists. Got a ton of those. More Grovax the Cursed. Crystalline Slivers. Heartstones. Got Horn of Greed. Intruder Alarm. Stronghold's a really good selling set. I've probably burned through half of the near mint and lightly played ones that I've had already.
Wow.
Yeah. These aren't posted yet, so these will go live the same day the video goes live. So if you see something here that you like, and it's the day of the video, it'll probably still be there. Probably. These go fast, so if it's been a couple hours, there's a good chance some of them will be gone. Invasion Plans, Mog Infestation. That sells surprisingly quick too, and that doesn't, and I don't know why.
What's the difference?
Mog Maniac, I don't know. Their Mog Infestation, I guess, is cheaper. 1 destroys all creatures target player controls. For each creature put into the graveyard this way, put 2 goblin tokens into play under the player's control. Treat these as 1/1 red tokens. And then the Mog Maniac, whenever Mog Maniac is dealt damage, it deals an equal amount of damage to target opponent. I can see why Mog Infestation would be more useful. It's not like a huge... I mean, I don't understand that much, but you get more monsters on the field that way. Portcullis. Some more Primal Rage. Provoke. Pursuit of Knowledge. Reigns of Power. Rolling Stones. Ruination. Shaman and Core. Stronghold Assassin. Thalicos Deceiver. Tortured Existence. Got a ton of those.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, like a ton of those. Stronghold's one of the bigger sets that we had in that collection we got. It's probably like the 3rd biggest set. I think only Tempest and Urza Saga were bigger.
Meaning like more cards?
Yeah, it was 40,000 cards, and there were probably 6,000 to 7,000 each of Tempest and Urza Saga, and then about 4,000, I think, of Stronghold.
Wow.
Two Volrath Shapeshifters, Wall of Blossoms, and some more Walls of Tears. And that is it for the lightly played. So a lot of these cards were not in great shape. And like the older the cards got, the worse shape they were in. Because these were, I mean, a lot of these were, you know, they were sitting in a guy's garage for like 20 years. So, but even before that, the guy I got them from, like the really, really old sets, like the revised and the 4th edition, the dark, there weren't any lightly played cards in there because that was before he got, you know, sleeves and all that good stuff. Because he had just started playing and collecting cards was still really new. So, I mean, like, people collected baseball cards, but not stuff like this. So, yeah, a lot of the really old cards are just, there weren't any near mint cards. And I still have a ton of cards left. Like, this, I know, like, I said, this is my Stronghold cards, but this is just a tiny fraction of them. The rest of them are just, like, the bulk cards. And, they'll get posted eventually, but, I wanted to get this stuff up, you know, as quick as possible. Alright, so we got Bottomless Pits. Bunch of those. Some more Constant Mist. That's an expensive card.
Why?
I don't know. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn. And it has buyback, which lets you sacrifice. You may sacrifice a land in addition to any other cost when you play this spell. If you do, put Constant Mist back into your hand instead of your graveyard as part of the spell's effect. So you can stop somebody from dealing damage, and you can put it back in your hand when you're done. Yeah, that's probably why it's like a $20 card. And I had a bunch of them.
You sold a lot of them already?
Yeah. Hermit Druid. Invasion Plans. Intruder Alarm. Log Infestation. Log Maniac. Mortuary. Portcullis. Primal Rage. Pursuit of Knowledge. Rings of Power. Rolling Stones. Ruination. Shaman and Core. I thought that would be worth more. Like when I read the effect, I was for 0 you can redirect 1 damage from Shaman and Core to a creature you control, and then for 1 colorless and 1 white you can redirect to Shaman and Core all damage dealt to any one creature from any one source. I thought that would be worth more, but I guess it's not.
Maybe it's like with those 2 other cards, like maybe that card has like a kind of like a sister card that does almost the same thing.
I honestly don't know. I'm not versed enough in Magic. Like I know a little bit about Magic, but like I'm not like super well versed. So like I read something that sounds good, but then it probably isn't. So I'm sure somebody could tell me like why that's not that great. I mean, I don't get me wrong. It's not like worthless. I mean, it's still worth like a buck or two, but still, like I expected it to be worth more. Stronghold Assassin, Tortured Existence, the Volrath Shapeshifter, Wall of Blossoms, and Wall of Tears. That is the moderately played. And end off with the heavily played. Let's see, we got Awakening, some more Bottomless Pits, some more Constant Mists, Crystalline Slivers.
They look pretty good for heavily played.
Yeah, it's the most of these cards, the front of them is fine, the back of them is tore up. And when I say tore up, I mean like I feel like heavily played has a very wide area of like where cards fall into it, and it's the same with moderately played. But like for me, like I know like TCG Player says that, you know, you can have like up to 3 points on a near mint card, If there's anything wrong with it, it's instant. Like the smallest little speck or anything like that I notice. 'Cause there's a lot of cards. Sometimes you just miss stuff. It goes immediately into lightly played, and then it just goes down from there.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, there are universal guidelines. Maybe not universal, but like, there's TCG player guidelines, there's this guidelines, there's that guidelines, but it's almost up to the perspective of,
Yeah, it absolutely is. Because if, like, my lightly played might be somebody else's heavily played. I mean, that's the problem. Like, even though TCG player has guidelines, like, somebody else might look at that and be like, oh, no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't like the way that looks at all. Yeah. And, I mean, and that's stuff you got to deal with when you're selling cards.
And I kind of feel like you lean more towards...
I tend to grade my cards more heavily.
Yeah.
More hard, because I would rather you not have to, send this back to me.
Yeah, you'd rather them be like, oh, wow, like, I ordered a heavily played card, and this is, like, lightly played. Oh, my God,
I don't know if I would go that far. I mean, I don't think I grade them that heavily, but...
Well, I mean, just saying, like, me looking at these cards right now, like, in person, like, they don't, to me, like, they don't look heavily played.
Well, all these are in sleeves. It's easier to tell from the back. Let me see if I can find one. You see how this is missing? Like, it's got white all around the edge there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like, it looks dusty, but it's not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's hard to tell because of the sun there, but...
And I guess it's just me, too.
But,
like, that card is, how old? And to me, heavily played would be like, frayed and,
I feel like that would fall under damaged once you start fraying the edges off. Like, damage is everything worse than heavily played, so, like, I feel like damaged is a pretty wide category, too. Like, your card could be torn in half, and that's as damaged as, like, a tiny little tear in the corner. So,
right.
I don't often sell damaged cards unless they're just worth a lot of money. Like, I just sold a bunch of mana vaults that I wasn't going to sell at all when they were only worth $20.
You didn't want to sell them when they spiked in price either.
Yeah, no, I had to be talked into it because I don't like selling damaged cards. But I mean, $100, like they shot up to like $100 for like a damaged card, and I was like, you can't pass that up. I mean, I still listed them as damaged, but I mean, they sold like within an hour of me listing them. So, and if you've been watching for a while, you'll notice that like they spiked in price the day after I offered one as a giveaway. I was a little annoyed by that.
No, you weren't.
I mean, I was annoyed that. I mean, I wasn't annoyed by giving it away, but like it couldn't go up the day before, so I would have offered something else. Like, I don't mind offering like a $20 or $30 card, like as a giveaway, but I'm not like a huge fan of giving away a $100 card.
Yeah, but the person that won was so excited, and it kind of made it like
it did
all worth it,
I mean, it was cool. He was like super thankful, like when we were emailing. So I mean, that was pretty cool. Let's see, we got Evacuation, Hearthstone.
Jeez.
Yeah, Hermit Druid. I think that's an expensive card. I don't remember. Horn of Greed, Log Maniac, Mortuary, Reigns of Power, Shaman, Encore, Soltari Champion, Stronghold Assassin, Tortured Existence, Wall of Blossoms, and Wall of Tears. So, yeah, that's it for Stronghold, guys. Up next, we're going to film, and we're actually going to do it like right after this, so... Yeah.
Tempest!
That's a popular set.
So, once this video is aired, these will be for sale up on our TCG Player store, correct?
Yep.
Okay. and that link will be in the description of the video. If you saw any cards today that you want to buy, get more information on, head to our tcgplayer.com store and check them out.
Hey, so sorry about this, but we decided to add on one little thing at the end here. We'd already finished recording when I remembered I even had this. So this is a Stronghold binder that came with the collection. These are ridiculously expensive. But they were like $10 brand new. So yeah, they came. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. When Ray acquired the collection, these were, of course, full of cards. And we didn't realize, we just thought, we were getting the cards. Not realizing that, even these were, worth a lot of money too. And he just basically gave them to us.
Yeah, I was shocked when I found out how much these binders are worth. They are just the 3 binders. There were a ton of binders, but these were the only 3. I only had 3 binders with the set names on them.
Yeah, the Stronghold, the Tempest, and the Urza's Legacy.
Yeah, we'll show you the Urza's Legacy when we do the Urza's Legacy video. But yeah, the 3 binders completely empty make up like 2/3 of what I paid for the collection. Because I just set these to the side and I didn't even look them up for like three months after I bought the set. So yeah, I was flabbergasted, just shocked when I looked up like comps on eBay.
I think that's really cool though. I mean, because if you think about it, you know what I mean? Like, how old are these binders? You know what I mean? And they're still in really good shape. They were used lovingly, you know what I mean? Like, and they're still in really good shape. And for somebody to like the game and enjoy the game that much, to go out and buy a binder dedicated to the current set that you're playing, to keep your cards safe in, like, I just think that's awesome.
Yeah. He really liked the game a lot. He sold his whole collection because he needed to fund his Hearthstone addiction. Which I feel like is a really bad trade for him, because you can't sell your Hearthstone stuff.
Well, not yet.
Not ever. It's digital.
Oh.
That's a Blizzard card game.
Oh, they don't even make like physical cards?
No.
Well, hey, you know what? We're in the digital age. He may be able to sell his stuff in like 20 years.
Even if he could sell his account, that means he would have to sell his email address along with his World of Warcraft account.
Oh.
Yeah. And if he sold that, his kids would lose their mind. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to throw that on the end there. So,
hope you enjoyed it.
Yep, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you nerds later.